I'm going to say a little bit more about that because I know that's kind of a vague statement, but but at the opening of the month, Magician gives you a lot of personal power. Magician is a card of focus and attention. It's drawing all the resources of the conscious mind and applying them to the different elements. We've got the coin of the physical world, the sword of the mental world, the cup of the emotional world, and the staff or rod of the vital world. It represents fire. So it's like all of the elements coming together, and the magician harnesses all of those elements and focuses his attention and his will and his desire, and he actually brings down from heaven to earth what he wants to create and what he wants to exist. So if you harness magician energy, you basically can create whatever it is that you want to create. It's a matter of knowing your own power, knowing that you can create what it is you'd like to see and making it happen. So Magician is a great card for the beginning of February for you, Gemini. It's very strong. You open the month on a strong, powerful note. Or you have that available to you should you choose to embody Magician. You also have Knight of Wands here, which is another card of fire. This is a card of confidence. It's a card of experimenting, trying things out. Knight of Wands is very daring. He's very courageous. He's very adventuresome. He's willing to go confront things. In the Rider Waite, he's got a horse that's rearing up on 2 legs. So it's a lot of passionate energy. It's a lot of like, I'm ready to go conquer something. And I've got the will and the drive to do it. So these 2 cards, if you've been waiting to do something, Gemini, beginning of February, you've got a lot of energy and push to do something. So I recommend giving that, if there's been something that's been sitting on your plate for a while, you've got the energy and the enthusiasm and the drive to do it right now. Things at work may feel a little tedious. 8 of Coins is a card that talks about reaping benefits from consistent effort over time. And it's the artisan card, it's the worker card. So it just means like that he's hammering away at something he loves. And it's kind of like whistling while you work kind of energy. And you see all these coins start piling up because he's creating them. When this is in the reverse position, it may mean that you're tired of your work. It may mean that it's just become sort of a drudgery, or that you're kind of tired of doing the same thing over and over again. When it's in the upright position, he's loving his work and he's kind of enthralled by it, and he's just got his nose to the grindstone and he's just in it. But when we see 8 of Coins in reverse, it means that you might be tired of doing the same old. So if you have some project that you want to initiate or a new way of doing things, this one energy, this magician energy, is leadership and it's creation. So if this is happening for you, use this powerful, creative, and focused drive, for lack of a better word, to do something new. If that's something that you're wanting, that's lining up. It shows too, there is some grief here. This is 5 of Cups. This is sorrow. You may be experiencing some sort of sadness. These 3 cups are spilled wine or blood, and this figure is sorrowful, looking at what has been spilt, what has been lost. It's a focus on loss, and it's the sadness that comes with that. However, I always point out in this card that there's still 2 cups or 2 hearts that are standing behind this figure if he should choose to turn around and look at what is still there. So not all is lost. Is something that comes up when this card comes up. Even though there may have been some sort of loss, by focusing on it, that's all we see. But we need to always step back and see the whole picture to see that there's still some love available to us. So that's also going on for you at the beginning of the month, Gemini. These 2 cards are extremely powerful. Something dramatic is changing for you in the middle of February. This card, World, is a card of feeling free, feeling connected to the rest of the universe, feeling like all things are lining up for you. Similarly to how Magician had all the elements lining up, this is sort of like the next level of that, where we have the person, which represents the mind or the mental element, We have the eagle, which represents Scorpio, or the water element. So that's the heart energy. We have the bull, which represents the physical world. And then we have the lion, which represents fire and the courageousness of all the fire signs. So it represents all 4 elements, again, just like magician. And all things come together when world happens, and she feels free. And it's sort of like a renewal. Here's this 0 wreath, but it's also like a triumph. So she's in the reverse position, but it's such a powerful, strong card of positive support, the universe supporting you kind of energy, that you may need to ask, what is it that is keeping you from experiencing that? There may have been, or there may be some focus on some sudden change or devastation. This is the Tower card. And when the Tower card shows up, you can see in the imagery of the card, there's lightning bolts that hit a tower of what has been established, or what is usually has been in power, or the regime that has been happening. Things that are strong and consistent begins to topple because it's been a sudden and extreme change. It may be regarding this loss as well, and that may be what's keeping you from feeling connected to the rest of the universe, in your power, in your joy, in, just basically in an elevated spiritual state. You have that available to you, and it's very related to this focus that you've had here as magician, what you've been able to create. You're actually headed for the next level, but there may be some residual sorrow that you need to get through regarding something that changed dramatically and changed your world. Once you are able to get through that, then you may be able to experience this card fully. This is still a very strong, supportive, beneficial card. It's just that you're not quite reaping all the benefit of it in this reverse position. And it's likely due to whatever you're still thinking about that was a loss. There is the Emperor here in the middle of the month also, which also represents structure and order, and being in a position of authority, being at the top of your game, being in charge of others. Emperor usually has to do with rules and regulations and things that have to be done a certain way. He's usually the head of an empire, head of an army. So he's used to giving commands and orders and having things be in a fixed order of things. This card, Tower, is a change from the old order. So what it's saying is that the old order is gone. The old establishment, you can see these figures have fallen out of the tower. Who used to be in charge and in power is no longer. And this could be you, Gemini, or this could be a fire sign. Emperor usually represents Aries, but it's a changing of the guard that's happening in the middle of the month. Some old way of being is leaving, some that used to be in power and control, and this Emperor is now the new. There may be a crowning of a new emperor. Someone else is coming into power, or it's a new era. It's very much split from the old to the new. This is no longer going to be able to function or exist. The old ways of doing things, the old regime, the old rules. This guy's stepping in anew, and he's the new emperor. So there may be things to do with authority, new authority, rules, regulations. There's new rules to the game mid-February for you, Gemini. And this is 7 of Swords, which means risky behavior. It means taking risks, cutting corners, looking out for just yourself. It's kind of me behavior. It's someone stealing something away. And I sometimes call this card putting your head in the tiger's mouth. So it's taking chances. When this card shows up, I say be careful of taking chances on things. As you can see, this guy is taking swords away while the Emperor is not looking. So there may be someone who is trying to get away with something around the middle of the month when this new person comes to power, when this new authority gets set in place. I'm also saying that he's along with him. So it's an interesting dynamic because whoever is newly going to be in charge, there's somebody who is dishonest who is kind of following along with him. So be aware of this person. Also, if this is you, be careful not to take too many risks or cut too many corners or have me behavior, because it's chancy. Towards the end of the month, you have some interesting 3 cards here, and then you've got 2 cards that are 2s. So you've got 2 of coins and 2 of cups. The fact that they're both 2 cards shows that there's going to be some sort of relationship dynamic involved. It's kind of appropriate for February, but usually 2 of coins reads as joint finances and being flexible. 2 of cups is one of the best cards for relationships. It's an exchange of hearts. These cups represent heart energy. But there's something that you're not seeing. There's some way in which you may not be satisfied at home and with your current relationship. 9 of cups is satisfaction. It's feeling full, having a wish fulfilled. That's in the reverse position. So for some reason you're feeling maybe a little dissatisfied. 4 of wands is the home. It is surprise, celebration, joyfulness. You can see there's like a wedding garland here that people get married under. There's something about the home right now that's in shadow too, that it's not coming to the surface. You're not kind of feeling all in right now. There's something else that's taking your attention, or you're feeling like it's in shadow. Maybe you're taking a time out, or you're just feeling some dissatisfaction with the way that things are currently going. And it could be that you're just, arguing over finances with someone. This 2 of coins could be like, I want to go this way and you want to go that way. It could be just like you're juggling a lot of money. That could be putting stress on the relationship. But if that's the case, Gemini, see if you can just turn things around. See if you can refocus it or reframe it so that you can actually enjoy the benefit of the relationship that you're in. Or if you're single, try not to be dissatisfied about how things are right now and feeling like you don't get your wishes fulfilled, that you're stuck at home, or things are dissatisfying. So you always have the power to control and change things. That's this magician energy that you're ending up at the beginning of the month with. So use this time, beginning of the month, to create new things that you want. You have a lot of potential to be very, very satisfied and fulfilled with that, Gemini. So that's my reading for you for February